Grace and peace to you today. On Sunday, April 10th, our Congregational Council voted to remove the mask requirement that we've had throughout the pandemic and move to masks being optional for everyone. This decision was not made lightly, as throughout the pandemic, we've been one of the more strict churches in our area in terms of protocols. But it's a recognition of the significant improvement in the numbers in our area that leads us to not require masks at this time. Masks have been an effective tool to limit spread of not only COVID, but other germs and viruses as well. We actually don't know of a single instance where COVID was spread here at Holy Comforter. And it may be that a time or situation comes when we'll need to use this tool again to limit spread and to care for each other, while also allowing us an opportunity to gather and worship. But for now, we celebrate that we're able to lift this requirement. As we make this change, remember that there are folks who will continue to wear masks, either because they feel the risk is still higher than they would like to be exposed to, or for many folks, it's an emotional decision because masks have helped them to feel safe in community during the past 2 years, and they're not ready to put that down yet. You are more than welcome to continue to wear masks if you'd prefer, and there will likely be times when I wear a mask in group settings going forward. If you're visiting with one of our staff and you would like us to wear a mask when we're with you, we're more than happy to do so to help you feel comfortable, so just ask, and we're glad to. Also, the removal of a mask requirement does not mean we no longer have to be concerned with how our health affects others. We ask that you follow CDC guidelines in terms of exposure. For instance, if exposed to COVID, the guidelines currently are that you would wear a mask for 5 days and then test to ensure that you're not spreading the virus to anyone without knowing it. If you test positive for COVID, I believe the current guideline is to quarantine for 5 days, then mask for the next 5 days. Even symptoms that aren't COVID, with those, it may be a good idea to mask or to avoid groups for a little while as a way to care for people, particularly those who are more vulnerable. We'll continue to offer online worship moving forward, thinking of folks who are uncomfortable gathering, folks who are sick and avoiding groups to care for others, as well as folks who are unable to attend for any reason, such as being homebound or traveling. We continue to encourage folks to be vaccinated and get booster shots. You're less likely to spread the virus to other people once you're vaccinated, and less likely to have severe symptoms yourself once vaccinated. It's both a way to care for yourself and to care for others to do so. And the risks with being vaccinated are much lower than the risks with having COVID itself. All that said, we're excited to move to a mask optional policy, in part because no one likes wearing the masks, even if they've been a necessary and useful tool along the way. But most of all, because it means that we're at a place where numbers are improving right now. Fewer people are getting sick or dying, and our local hospitals are no longer overwhelmed with COVID. I thank you for your patience with our policies, with your diligence and your obedience to the policies, and for your care and concern for one another with doing so along the way. Thank you, and God's peace and a blessed Holy Week to you.